Hey, what's up, YouTube? Got a problem with my steering again. Did the upgrade, the redhead steering gearbox upgrade, and there's still some play. I adjusted and changed out. Hold on a second. Man, this is a ton of traffic today. I'm gonna try to keep this short. Usually videos aren't that long, but I'm trying to give out a bunch of different information. If you're ever gonna try to have to do what I've been doing with solid axle swap, you're gonna run into some steering issues. Well, this is a 97 and I keep having some play issues. I did the gearbox, which was a huge upgrade, but right here I found some play in here that was really hard to find. That's inside this steering column that comes down. It's supposed to slide right here. Anyway, there's a lot of play in that, so that's one of my spots. And then one of the others that I keep having an issue with, if you're running a Pitman arm like that, you're gonna run into the same problem. So what's happening is the leverage on this is flexing it, and when it does, it's stretching this hole ever so slightly, is my guess. Because I keep putting on, like I'd mentioned in the redhead video, to put on a washer so it goes all the way up. Well, this thing, you can't get it any tighter, and it still has some play to it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a brand new one, and this is the stock one. I'm gonna cut this off here because I want that end on here right now, because I don't want to wait for parts. So eventually I might be able to find one. So if anybody watching this knows of what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to do, let me know. But I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I can't find like a stock one with that normal tie rod end on it. So anyway, I'm gonna just cut this off and weld that end on here. So let's get going. Also, if you were to do something ridiculous like this, because it's not safe. Hi, Lizzie. So we're looking at 0 degrees, and we got another 0 degrees. So pay mind to that, because you want to be on the same turning plane. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. No turning back now. This is definitely not safe to be running this, but anyway, I definitely recommend to use your safety gear for sure. Okay, let's get after it. I'm going to try to cut up a little bit higher to save a little more distance so I don't have any issue with getting this out here too hot. So we're going to cut it back about here. Well, not the squarest cut, but at least it's straight. So we're going to get the other one hooked up and cut that one now. Let's go check out the cut here. Pretty clean. So now I just got to make sure not to weld her on the wrong way here. Now I should have already did this, but I'm going to stamp that part with a U for up, so that way I don't, weld it all together the wrong way. All right, let's cut this other one here. I'm going to try to leave this as long as I can. Okay, guess what time it is? Magic eraser time. What do we got going on now? Well, I'm gonna make something, and should make things a little easier around here for this job and other jobs. So I'll just start making it, and you'll see, I guess. Now, you see, that's why I wear gloves. I'll take her right down. Look at that. Now, I gotta pause it for a second because I gotta get the welder going, which I didn't have ready yet. All right, so we're back cooking gas again. I always forget something, forgot to plug it in, but we should be ready to rock. The only tip for the moment is I've been welding with this already before, so just want to make sure you cut your tip of that wire and turn on your gas. Couple dimes, not too bad. So this is what we made. We made something to try to square all of our pieces up. Whoop, see, I had it on upside down already. Now I'm gonna have to raise this up and try to match these two angles. So we'll find something to fit under that. We'll be back. Looks pretty good. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to square and tweak and get everything, and we can start zapping her together. All right, now we just gotta put these pieces together. This is gonna rock and roll a bit, so that's not gonna work. We're gonna have to find something different. Shoot, be right back. No joke, I just set this up. Let me zoom it in. I kid you not. I kid you not. So this is pretty much right on zero. I just stacked a bunch of random stuff here. And look at this. Come on. I ain't no professional, but I've done a thing or two. So what I'm gonna do is, now there's this big step back here, I'm gonna try to fill this back really good, but first I'm gonna tack these sides together. Look at how them cuts turned out. Not too bad. So this is sitting nice and flat. That's sitting, you know, and that's pretty close. So I'm just gonna tack weld these, put it in there, double check that it's good for sure. And I'm gonna weld it up. I might even add some pieces to the side, top, and maybe even fill in something on the bottom there. But we'll be right back. Now, unless I marked it wrong, I shouldn't screw this up, but you know me, if you watch this channel yet, we got 2 spots where U for up, and then we'll weld that up. So again, I'm gonna double check everything and then tack weld it. Okay, hopefully this filter will work for you. Now, I might have it too hot, I might have the feed too fast, not sure. We'll give it a whirl though. Okay, so we got a pretty decent bead going on here. Cooked her nice and hot, hot as she'd go, and then we're gonna let her cool down, knock off some slag, and I'll probably add some reinforcement pieces because I'm just paranoid, so you know, I might as well. So we're gonna let this cool down nice and slow. You know, some people like to dip it in oil, dip it in water. You know, that'll harden it, but it'll make it more brittle. So I'm just gonna let her cool nice and easy, and then we'll come back. All right, we're gonna finish up here. We're getting down to the end of some daylight. We got a pretty nice bead on either side. I ground down the tacks on each side because would you trust your life to that weld? Well, not that the weld isn't nice. I mean, it is a decent weld, but I want to have, oh man, that sucker's still really hot. But anyway, I want to have a little bit extra beef on here. So I'm going to take that hot puppy and clamp it here, weld it on one side, get out the torches, bend her around, and then weld it up along the edge. Yeah, I forgot that I already went through and kind of beveled that edge. Yep, she's pretty rusty, old, you know, piece of steel, but she's pretty thick. I think it's a good 1/4 inch. But anyway, I'm gonna, like I said, clamp that on there, give her a good zap, and then heat it up and start bending it around. Oh, she's gonna blow out there, bud. Be careful around greasy rags and stuff. Ah, we're cooking. We're gonna heat this baby up and bend her around. And add a little extra cutting heat there. Ooh, she's getting hot quick. Now I'm gonna actually go back with the heat some. This is thick, so it's going to take a while. A lot more heat than that. Alright, we are getting there. We just had to turn up the sauce a wee bit, but got a nice flame going. And I was trying to just bend it, you know, with leverage, but she's liking force a lot more. Alright, now I gotta reposition the vise here. Obviously we want the heat right where we want to bend it. So I preheated the other side some. Heat her up a little more. A little higher with the heat here. All right, I like it. Now it's been a few days. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna try a new microphone. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. I'm not sure if this is any better, but this is what we're using. Got it from good old Amazon. Because a few viewers mentioned, you know, obviously the microphone hasn't been the greatest in some of my other videos, so I apologize about that. So I'm trying to get some things to help with that. So anyway, back to this Pitman arm. So we got that cut and welded. I don't really care about, you know, how the ends of it worked out, because I'm going to just grind them down, cut that off, you know. But I'm debating on adding more here, or even, I mean, how overkill are we going to go on, you know. But these welds, you know, it turned out pretty decent. My thoughts on this is, my concern was when I tightened down this nut, you know, I might have to clearance these welds a little bit to make sure that the nut is going to go all the way down. But that'll be nice, you know, it'll actually encapsulate the nut within here. Not that it's needed, but I definitely have to use a socket to do that. So it'll be different. I'm not sure if this is even going to work. I know that I'm going to have a bracket that's going to have to be probably modified in order to make this work, but this should be a lot stronger than what we had here. You know, this is really making it drop way down how it was before, which would cause this to flex, and it ended up, like, you know, basically stretching it out, and it had a lot of slop, even as tight as you could get it to go. So I got a OEM Pitman arm, cut off the end for my tie rod, so for that crossover steering. So anyway, we're going to cut this back and you know, probably add a piece here, maybe bend one around. I don't know, we'll see. Now we've got it cleaned up pretty good. Not worried about that little excess. I mean, I'd rather have more meat left there, you know. This one side went farther up. Again, really not worried about that. And I spent a little time cleaning it up, but if you look down in there, I have a couple little BBs I want to pop off there. That's for sure going to want to do that. But the more I look at it, the more I think, man, I mean, that's pretty beef. So I don't really think I'm going to add any more. And then I got to looking also at this castle nut, and I'm going to have to remove just a little bit of this weld on this side. And this one over here looks pretty good. And again, you'll have a cotter pin going through there, and you know, so you don't have to worry about it coming loose on you. But we're gonna go see what all we got to do to modify that bracket to get this in, and then we'll be in business. All right, well, I ended up cleaning it up a bit, and I took a chisel, popped off a couple of them little BBs that were in there, and then I ended up just running a little bit of sandpaper, kind of help it out a little bit. Looks like I might have a little spot I need to get right there. And if you don't get things like that, that will wear, obviously, as you're going along, and then it'll start to come loose, obviously, because it'll be able to go in a little farther. So you definitely want to remove anything like this if you were to try to do like I'm doing here. So we'll get that out of there and we'll get under the truck. Now I cleaned up around the face of this. That way, as I go to tighten this, those welds don't catch. So that should be pretty good clearance. I'd like to remove a little bit more than that right there, but you know, I mean, come on, that's close enough. So we're gonna get this baby together. All right, now we're back. Okay, well, had an awesome, pleasant surprise that kind of slowed up the process a little bit. I was hoping to have this back together, but I had an old timer swing in and say hello, which is always a treat. So got to hang out and chit chat with him. Now, this is dried pretty good. It turned out pretty decent. So that should be plenty of beef. I mean, maybe I could have did another pass in there. What, a little bit of undercut, maybe. I think it was actually just because it was burned in kind of deep. But I thought about doing another pass this way, another pass down. I mean, come. much more beef do you need? So I think that's pretty good. So we got some rain coming down, but whatever. I want to get this truck together. All right, now we are back finishing up on this upgraded Pitman arm, and I just wanted to drive it around for a while, make sure it was good to go. So this is just kind of an update portion of the video. My brother and other family had come up, and my brother brought his Jeep. We went and did some wheeling, and so it handled off-road, but I also drove it in town and drove it around normal day driving stuff too. So it's got quite a few miles on it now, but it is still holding together. I thought I was going to need to modify this bracket here, but fortunately I didn't need to. It wasn't quite as straight as I was thinking. But we got some beef in there now. Well, hey, Kay. It's just the light. It's just the light, kitty. Hi. Oh, hello. We're getting the old tough hoe nice and tough here. And if you want to watch any more of this, come on back. But this is just a passion of mine. And if you're enjoying watching any of these videos, you know, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Take care.